adds up.
True. So Bakht Zameen, the man with the grey beard, is from Al Badr. Talha Saeed is the one with the cap and the spectacles. This is Talha Saeed of the Lashkar. And the third picture will be the white headband and the black beard. That's Rauf Asghar of the Jaish. General KJ Singh. That's Bakht Zameen of Al Badr. And the next picture that you will see, ladies and gentlemen, that is Rauf Asghar of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. That's Rauf Asghar of the Jaish-e-Mohammed. General KJ Singh.
Anand, thank you for having me on your show. All these people are in an environment where there is a competitive kind of tussle going on to take hold of the command or being the Amir of Jaish-e-Mohammed. Now, Rauf Asghar was the person who was supposed to be running that camp in Balakot when that strike was being launched. And they've been go between the Taliban and Jaish. And if you remember, one of the first persons to go to Kandahar when Taliban was coming to power was Masood Azhar. He went there to pay obeisance to them. So there is this dangerous mix. And on a larger plane, if we look at it, the infiltration season is going to close. In September, October, it closes. So there is this pressure that it is now or never. And against a backdrop that electoral rolls are being revised, training for EVMs is being held, and assembly elections seem a very distinct possibility. So to delay it or to somehow throw a spanner in the works. And the next thing is, even within Pakistan, in November, on 29th of November, the tenure of General Bajwa comes to an end. So already there are 4 generals in the running, and one of them happens to be Faiz Hamid, though he's number 4 in that listing of Mirza, Abbas, Raja and Faiz Hamid. So there, again another tussle is there. And within Punjab itself today, because of Imran Khan's victory in these assembly bypolls, there is this churning which is taking place. There is this factor which is coming up that something has to be done to divert the attention away from Imran Khan gaining, ascendancy and emerging as a new hero in Pakistan.
Right.
So all in all, combination of weather closing, assembly elections, distinct possibility, FATF deadline, a false hope that they'll be off that list, and the churning within army and the Pakistan, basically Punjab province. So Anand, that is how I look at it.
Dr. Cheema, are you planning a thesis on how these factories operate and how they operate on Pakistani soil without the establishment not knowing at all?
Anand, it's they know everything.
No, I'm just asking Dr. Qamar Cheema. He's with us, sir.
Yeah.
Well, Anand, I think I first of all I would like to congratulate the Indian and the Pakistani military for having the military CBMs over this back in 2003 line of LOC CBMs, an agreement we had that on particularly on this that Pakistan and Indian military will abide by the laws they have assigned to each other. So I think the Indian media is trying to create a crisis, and that crisis is that since there is a political instability in Pakistan, so we should take an advantage of that political instability. So while there has not been any violation at the LOC before, even in Pakistan when there was a new Prime Minister was elected, and I think the Indian military and the Pakistani military, they were holding the agreement they signed together. So the military CBMs on both sides are working. The politicians on both sides couldn't agree for anything. The militaries on both sides, they agreed, and I think we should look for that. And as far as these non-state actors are concerned, those are being played. I think the government of Pakistan and be it the Prime Minister or be it the other players in the apparatus, they have categorically said that anyone who is going into the Indian occupied Kashmir for waging a jihad, he is not a friend of Pakistan, he is not a Pakistani, he is an enemy of Pakistan.
So prove it, Dr. Cheema. जहाँ पे ये लोग बैठे हैं ना, उससे 2 किलोमीटर दूर पे पाकिस्तान सेना आर्मी की छावनी है. टोक दो इनको. If you really believe what you're saying.
the point is that
if you really, अरे कमाल है. Osama bin Laden was right next to an army cantonment in Abbottabad, and the army was none the wiser. And these people are 1.5, 2 kilometers away from the army barracks, and the Pakistan army is none the wiser. What fantastic army this is, and what confidence I'll build with them. Amazing.
Let me explain. If the terrorists are hiding in New York or Washington, and the Pentagon and the American army doesn't know, so whose fault is this? The terrorists are hiding anywhere.
Sir, can you believe your own logic? No, I'm just asking you. You're trying to convince me, but do you believe your own argument?
States do not know everything. Even
No, do you believe your own argument? आपसे 2 kilometer दूर. A state doesn't know. You just said politicians don't know. Army knows. I'm asking you. Your army does not know what is happening within 2 kilometers of what they are doing. But you claim to know that everything that the Indian army is doing. Arey, what kind of logic is this? If this person is a non-state actor, why isn't Rauf Asghar dead? Why hasn't Pakistani Zarbayaz? What is a Zarbayaz program? If these are non-state actors under Zarbayaz, why haven't they been shot down yet? Tell me, Qamar Cheema, why haven't they been shot down yet? You just now said that they don't have the sanction of the Pakistan government. The Pakistan government is waging a war against terrorism. Jaish-e-Mohammed is a proscribed organization. Lashkar is a proscribed organization. Al-Badr is a proscribed organization. They are all operating under the very noses of the Pakistani army, which is squatting on Indian territory. Now you have not shot them down. You're saying you don't back them. Then what do you do with them? Then you please tell us. आप नहीं कर सकते, हम लोग कर दें. आप नहीं कर सकते, हम लोग कर दें. Will the Pakistani army be happy if the Indian army does it? I am asking you, will the Pakistani army be happy if the Indian army does it? आप लोगों से नहीं हो रहा है, हम लोग कर दें. आप लोगों से नहीं हो रहा है, हम लोग कर दें. I am just asking you, sir. If the Pakistani army does not know, Indian army knows now. Qamar Cheema, you just now said that the Pakistani army cannot know everything. Mr. Cheema, I am just asking you. You just now said, sir, that the Pakistani army does not know everything. The Indian army knows. CNN News 18 is putting their locations. Our guys can do it, sir. Our people will do it. आप कह दो हम कर देते हैं. We will do it. We'll happily do it. General KJ Singh, he just now said that the Pakistani army does not know everything. उनकी नाक के नीचे कभी-कभी मक्खी निकल जाती है, उनको पता भी नहीं रहता. ओसामा बिन लादेन, आई एम सेइंग हमने लोकेशन लगा दिया सर, हम ही कर लेते हैं, हम कर देते हैं.
कमर भाई, we listen to you, we enjoy your conversation, but please, Qamar bhai, just imagine, it's all, they are being armed, funded, they are training, their camps are right next to your, and actually it is sad, it's unfortunate.
Did he speak over you, Qamar Cheema? He didn't speak over you. I spoke over you. You speak over me. Don't speak over General KJ Singh. Let him complete, and then you please speak. Then you please speak. Let him complete. Yes, sir.
See, Qamar bhai, dekho. If you will not look inwards, these people will come at you. It's already happening within Pakistan. So for God's sake, do not allow them to take control of your domestic environment, because you think you'll be able to control their direction. It'll be temporary. You'll try it, they'll be eliminated, because the shelf life of anybody who crosses this side is today not more than 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months, that person is eliminated. So okay, you will achieve it for a month or two, but these kind of people will create long-term problems to you. You yourself had to launch Radul Fasad. You called it Fasad. And this Fasad is going to
and the Pakistani state
eat up your society.
And the TTP. We gave thousands of lives against this war against terrorism. So do not incite that.
Nobody, sir, you are the ones who are insulting it. Dr. Qamar Cheema, it is your army which is insulting the lives of those who have given up their lives fighting terrorism by allowing these terrorists just within their backyard, 2 kilometers from where they are positioned. 2 kilometers from where they are positioned, these camps are operating. And you are saying Pakistani army cannot know everything.